Welcome to Owning the Masters, a podcast where we discuss business, entrepreneurship, and lifestyle for the culture. I am your host, Be the Boss, and LJ, she is a little bit under the weather today, so she won't be joining us, but keep her in your prayers, you guys. But today we have the lovely Miss Alandra Penn, esthetician and Spotty owner. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you today?
I'm good. Did I do okay?
You did wonderful.
Okay, good. So we like to discuss just kind of your journey of how you became an entrepreneur and just random things. Drop some gems if you can. So, yeah. Okay. So first, I just want you to just tell us a little bit about your business.
Okay. Well, I own, I've coined my Spatique. I have a full service spa, with the exception of nails and hair. It's just me there. I operate out of a suite. And like I said, I do facials, full body treatments, scrubs, waxing, lashes. I still do the beauty side. So it's wellness and beauty. So I do body contouring, makeup, lashes. I do a lot.
Okay, nice. So what drew you to the beauty industry?
Well, I want to say it was kind of innate. I believe that I was kind of born into the skincare thing because even as a child, I would run around trying to put oatmeal and honey and yogurt, whatever I can concoct in the kitchen. I'd be trying to rub it on my cousins and friends. They'd be running from me. So it was just like, it was nothing that happened or, anything like that. It was just something that I just started doing. Mm-hmm. I can't think of a person or a commercial or anything. It was just one day I was like,
So it just was always kind of in you.
Yeah, it was just
something
kind
that
of
was always in you.
And the beauty part, I haven't been doing makeup very long, for about 2 or 3 years. And that part I was kind of drawn to from just being around the models and doing the facials and stuff. I had a lot of, models coming, local models coming in, mm-hmm. and talking to them. And when I was in school, I had requirements, that I had to fulfill as far as makeup. Mm-hmm. And so just kind of experimenting with that and going on, I was like, I kind of like this. And I kind of started buying products and stuff like that. And people, even though I didn't even know how to do makeup, I'm going to give you a little secret of mine. So the first fashion show that I ever done, my niece, a friend of hers, just called me out the blue and was like, hey, can you come and do makeup? And I'm like, why would she think that in the world that I can, do makeup to, mm-hmm. For a fashion show like that? Why would she think that? And I really needed the money. She kept going and she's like, well, the girl's going to pay you this and pay you that. And I'm like, you know what? I need some money today. So mm-hmm. I got my little stuff together. And there was other makeup artists there. Of course, it was a fashion show, some that are really well known in the city. Mm-hmm. And I would literally wait they did something because I knew, how to do brows and I knew kind of, shadow placement. I knew how to do that. Mm-hmm. But as far as like face and, other little things that order and, that type of thing, mm-hmm. I really didn't know. So I would literally wait for them to do a step and then I would do a step and then I would wait for them to do another step and then I would do another step and it ended up being superb. So I was like, okay.
So I might be able to do this.
I'm a makeup artist now. Yeah. And ever since then, that's what and I've been going with it since then. And I've been growing, and it seems like that is the part of my business that really gets the most attention. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so.
That means that's being in the right place at the right time.
I agree.
Like in every sense of the word.
Yes.
Like that's like that opportunity was meant for you. Like you wasn't expecting that to happen. Somebody called you out the blue, and you were just so happened to be in that environment in the right space in the right time.
Exactly.
You just never know what's meant for you.
Mm-hmm. I would have never thought. I'm like, why would she even call me and ask me that? Is she crazy?
Yeah. It's like, had you ever done it before?
I had, like I said, I don't know if I'm not used to this, so I'm trying to stay in order. I kind of go back, tell stories backwards.
Yes,
sometimes. I apologize. But I had started doing it in school because that was part, of the requirements for an aesthetic license. And so when I was doing that, we had a contest one time where we had to like do a whole face and do it in a certain amount of time, and then everybody was judging it. And so when I got into the contest and I was doing some purples and blacks on the girls' eyes, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, that is so good! It's so pretty! It's so pretty!" So I kind of knew, how to, just because I'm a colorful person, you can't tell right now, but because I'm a colorful person, I could kind of blend colors just kind of like naturally. But I didn't know how to do foundation or anything like that. So that's what really got me started when I done that, and then I posted it. And people were, saying that they liked it. So maybe that's why she thought I was a makeup artist.
But see, that says a lot, though.
Yeah.
For something that you just hadn't done. And like you said, it gets the most attention.
It does. That's
so it must have been meant to be.
I know.
It's the gifts you didn't know you had.
That's absolutely true. I cannot argue with that.
Yeah.
That's true.
So tell me this. You told me over the phone your story about just kind of how you became an entrepreneur. Talk about that. Talk about how you fell into going into business for yourself.
Okay. So I fell into going to business for myself because I would, I won't say all the time because people know me and say, why is Alandra up there telling that? But certain jobs that I would have, I would really have a desire to really do well. Some jobs that I had, I've had several, but some jobs that I had, I really didn't care. It's like kind of going through the motions. But there's been a few when I started really doing office work that I really wanted to put my best foot forward. And I'm like, okay, I like this. I'm coming in, doing my little 9-to-5 thing. And the thing for me that turned me off is sometimes I would feel like I'm giving my all, and I'm doing my best. And I'm like, okay, I got this, I'm doing this. I'm asking, some of the other people, was that okay? What I sent you, was it okay? And they're like, yeah. But somehow when it came to like management, they always had something to say or some kind of critique that was not helpful. It was just I just found a lot. Yeah, I just found a lot of it just being ridiculous and almost like, how it's old saying you tie a carrot around a rabbit's, tail and watch it run to get the carrot. It's like, okay, well, you're doing good. Okay, well, we'll pull it back, like that. And I just really got sick of it. So I was like, you know what? I am out of here.
Yep.
Deuces.
You can call your own shots.
Yes.
And that's true. I think a lot of us kind of feel that stuckness when we kind of work our 9-to-5 jobs. A lot of our guests actually that we've had still hold a 9-to-5 and run their businesses like I do. So and it's hard, especially when you're doing something that you love in conjunction with it. It makes you want to do that other something all the time, and it can be hard, especially when you've seen like there's another world out there,
a whole nother world.
Yeah,
I did not know that people literally made their own schedules. Like they come and go as they please. They, go on vacation. I did not even know that it was capable, especially for a Black woman to be able to do this. I'm like, I should have been doing this a long time ago. And I have a long way to go as far as, my financial goals. And don't get me wrong. I'm not here to be fake or anything like that. I have a long way to go as far as that situation. However, I have become more disciplined. And so I know how to manage my time better, and I know how to make money for myself. Yeah.
It's a freeing experience, right?
It definitely, yes.
Yeah, just to know that money really doesn't have a cap.
That's right.
Corporate America puts a cap on it so that they can have control. But I mean, that's just kind of the way that goes. But as an entrepreneur, you can make as much or as little money as you want.
Yeah.
And you have full control over that. You have full control over your life and time. I mean, granted, there is a place for employees.
I agree.
Everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur. It's not for everybody.
That's a good point.
Yeah. But definitely.
I was going to say a lot of times as entrepreneurs, some people that work 9-to-5, they feel like that we don't value them or, that we feel some sort of way, quote unquote. And I actually envied them. I wanted to be a 9-to-5er so bad. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Because I have family members that, they are managers and, they are over this many amount of people and, they're just so successful. And I just wanted to be, like them. I did, so bad. And so I tried to make myself fit into that mode. And it's not for me. It's just
Because I think we're learning now, in this time, like entrepreneurship wasn't, it wasn't like spoken about a lot. It was, go get a job, go to college, do that. That's going to be your security. But now we've seen, like in the last couple years, for sure, that's not always the case. That life is very unpredictable, and that now with social media and the internet, we don't really need like to go ask the TV station to put out a commercial or anything like that. We can actually like market ourselves now. So it's so much easier to be an entrepreneur. Like this is the best time right now, I feel like, to be alive.
I agree.
Because opportunities are endless.
I agree. I believe there's a lot of millionaires of color in the making. Yeah.
Yes, there are actually more millionaires in this time than ever before.
I believe that.
Than ever before. And if we look at the history of our country, more millionaires are made after tragedy than any other time. And that's a lot of people don't realize. So like after the Great Depression, that's when you saw like so many millionaires being made. You had like the Rockefellers and things like that during that particular point in time, and businesses being created, entrepreneurs being born. After wars, usually there's a surge of entrepreneurs. The 2008 recession, there was a surge of entrepreneurs. And I feel like now, after this whole pandemic that we've had over the years, now's the perfect time to jump in and figure out what you want to do. It's giving people a renewed sense of like, I want to accomplish a dream.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
And just to piggyback on that, it creates a fertile ground for creativity.
Yes.
So when you're broke and those kids want this, they're sitting there looking at you and you're hungry or you need this or you need that, you start coming up with stuff.
You sure do.
So
yes, that creativity and it's born out of I won't
lack
say
and
lack.
Need
Lack and need. But like just that ingenuity is necessary.
Absolutely.
Yep. I love that. Like you said, this is a perfect time for creatives, especially the circumstances surrounding our economy and are just the things that we've dealt with over the last year or so, but also, like I said, because of social media.
Right.
So like you can be creative in so many different ways now.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Yep. There's so many ways to make money. There's so many ways to, put yourself out here. If you feel like you have a talent, just go out here and do it.
That's all you have to do. And even from your talents, it's just so easy, like you said, to be recognized now. People are just more free, you know what I mean, and open to different things. So, they like, again, creativity, and it's really a good breeding place right now. I totally, I'm all in with that.
It is. So one question for you. So what is the biggest obstacle that you've encountered so far in just getting your business started or over the years, just, doing what you do? What's been the biggest obstacle?
Girl, the biggest obstacle is juggling my home finances and my business finances because I don't want to pay my rent and bills. I just want to do stuff for my business. I don't want to do nothing for nobody. I don't want to feed my children. I don't want to buy them clothes. I don't want to do anything for anybody. I only want to grow my business, and that's all I want to do with my money.
Yes. It is easy to do, ain't it?
Yes.
It's so easy to do. How do you manage that?
Oh my God, because literally I have to pay, my bills, so I'll be on the street. So that, takes care of itself. And then everything else, I just kind of budget because I'm really an impulse buyer when it comes to my business. Like just to give you an example, say for instance, I have different color towels for different things so I don't get stuff confused. So if I buy some pink towels last week and they were, I don't know, 15 for $25 or something like that. Well, I don't need to buy towels, right? Because I'm stocked up and that's fine. And so next week I'm on to the next thing. But while I'm looking for a new palette or some new concealers or something, I see there's a sale on pink towels.
And you'll go,
yes, I'm like, oh man. So now I'm like, I just have to be disciplined, you know what I mean? And just try to stay focused. And the best thing is writing things down. And, you know, because that cuts a lot of my impulse buying down, because it's like, okay, Alandra, really, you know, that's just unnecessary. So that's the way I do it. Just, you know, the necessities, of course, I have to do. And then everything else, I just have to try to discipline myself.
So how do you maintain discipline?
I maintain discipline because I don't like to, okay, I won't say I won't like to. I'll say I function and perform better when things are kind of, you know, my ducks are in a row. So I am kind of a procrastinator and that sort of thing. Excuse me.
Yes,
I'm guilty. My teacher, so. I have to be disciplined, and like I said, I'm a person who doesn't perform well when my ducks aren't in a row. So therefore, just to keep myself sane, I just do what I'm supposed to do. I try. Sometimes I fall short, you know.
Do you keep like lists or anything like that? Like, do you keep a planner? Do you?
Yes, but I have to. If there's no sense in having a planner if you forget to write the things in it.
That's true. I'm guilty of that. That takes discipline as well.
Yes, it's all everything. It seems like it's just disciplinary actions. So, you know.
And I think the biggest thing with discipline is keeping that end goal in mind. Like, you know that, you know, I want to be here. So keeping that end goal in mind kind of helps you push forward to be able to do those little micro steps that you have to do in order to get where you want to go.
You just dropped the gem on me. See, that's a good. Now I'm like, okay, I got to remember that I want this, because I never really thought about it like that. It's just like,
yep,
I don't want to, you know, not have this or not have that, or, you know, but when you make it like a long-term goal type thing, that makes sense. That's good.
Yep. And I don't even do like long-term goals. I do like weekly goals. Okay. So I like sit down and I'm like, okay, what do I need to accomplish this week? So my end goal is this. I know I want to be here by Saturday, because my weeks is Sunday to Saturday. So by Saturday, I want to be here. So what steps do I have to do from where I'm at now to get here? So those are my little micro steps that I usually like list out during the week. And I'm like, okay, I need to do this, and this in order to get this accomplished.
Okay.
And then I just try to stick with it. Am I great at it? No, because I'm very easily distracted. I get easily distracted. But, you know, as long as you at least do something during the day.
I agree.
I find that helps.
I agree totally. When you just try to get something done off your list and, you know, try to stick to it some type of way, then at least you're putting one foot in front of the other, and then, you know, we're like, God, do the rest, please.
Yes, that part.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like, okay, I'm going to need this strength today, because I ain't really feeling it.
Yes.
But then that goes back to, you know, keeping that end goal in mind. Okay, but what do I want? What do I really
have
want
to keep going? I have to do this. Yes.
Like, I want $100,000 at the end of the year. How do I need to do that?
Let's
How many
go.
people do I need to service? What kind of projects do I need to take on? Like, looking at that. And then, like I said, breaking it down into like monthly and then weekly goals, and then the daily little micro things that you got to do to get it done.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's work though.
It is, and it's not easy. It is not easy. It's not easy staying focused. It's not easy staying focused. I'll say it again.
Yes.
It's not, sometimes time management is not easy, because, you know, you don't have somebody managing you. You are it. So if it doesn't get done, it's your fault. You know what I mean? So it's definitely not easy, and it's not for everybody. I'm telling you guys, I wish that I was a 9-to-5 person. I wish I could. I promise you, because the way that the way my brain works is I'm a task person, and when you're an entrepreneur, it's not task duties like that. It's like on and on and on and on and on. And the way that my brain works is like, okay, I got there at 7 or 8 o'clock, or, you know, I mean, whatever time, it's done. So 9 o'clock there, lunch, 5, done. Now it's done. You know, that's the way my brain literally functions in a task, you know, sort of way. So I really wish that I was a person that could work a 9-to-5 and then, you know, be some kind of corporate big wig,
You
type
will
of
be
person,
one day,
but
girl. That's okay.
it's not for me. It's just not. They push me out. They kick me out.
Well, that's like one day. So one day as your business grows, then you just delegate those things to somebody else.
Absolutely.
Because, we have to do everything as entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. Well, I'll get the money of the corporate person. I'm not worried about that. But it's just like the day structure. Like I wish.
But then you'd be able to hire those things out.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, okay, I don't want to do inventory, so I'm just going to let you do it.
Right.
And then I can come and do XYZ tasks and go home.
Yes, delegating is a wonderful thing.
Yes, when you can do it.
But my mind is still going to be going.
Yeah.
After 5 when I leave, it's still going to be in the middle of the night. It's still going to be early in the morning. Like
it's your
there's
baby.
no cutoff for your entrepreneurship, your business.
No, it's not. No, and that's a conversation that we had a few weeks back. Like, there is no 9 to 5 because it's your baby. It's like you're gonna take care of your newborn baby from 9 to 5.
That's right.
No, you taking care of your newborn baby all the time, and even when you go back to work after you on maternity leave or whatever, you drop that baby off at daycare. You think about that baby when the baby's gone. So it's like your business is like your baby.
It is
because you literally birthed it.
It is
from the beginning, from the ground up.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
So, what do you enjoy most about your business?
What we were just talking about, my time freedom and my financial freedom, because I am a single mother. So I have 3 children, and 9 to 5 dentist appointments and stuff like that. I'm just not really good at it. You know what I mean? When I'm like, I'm going to make an appointment and I'm going to schedule my day around it, and then I'm going to be fine. I can't worry about, did I put that day in, or can so I love my time freedom and being able to make my own schedule. That's the number one thing. And again, there's no cap on my salary. So, I can make whatever basically that I want to make once I get to, that point. If I keep cultivating, my business, nobody can tell me that, that's as much as we pay in this position.
Right.
So,
and you don't have to worry about getting the 25-cent raise every year. You can create your own raises. And
also the ability to change what I do, to be able to, okay, well, this service isn't good, or I don't like doing that. So I can either delegate that to somebody, or, I can do away with it. I can change my menu. I have control over, my day. Yeah,
I like that. Like you have creative control.
That's right.
Over what you do during the day. So it doesn't get monotonous or boring.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, I don't have too many mundane days. It's like I'm tripping over makeup, knocking it off the table to get over to my wax station so I can cut it. So yeah.
So how do you balance having kids and being a single mom? How you balance that?
Since I've been, working on my own, my boys, I have a daughter, she's 20 years old, and then I have a 17-year-old son and a 13-year-old son. So I don't have any really babies. But ever since COVID started, my boys, their dad lives in Michigan, and they've been with him. They're still enrolled here in school, but they've been signing in from there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I haven't had to I've been able to spend all my money on my business. I don't have to cook a anything to eat. So the reason why I answered it that way is because everybody's been away for a whole year. I almost don't remember what
It's just like, what?
Yeah, like, besides the times when I would get late and we just have to grab something to eat, as opposed to me, cooking dinner and stuff like that. They kind of get used to that, Yeah, so yeah, for kids,
that's a blessing having that support though, to be able to, do that and have the kids be with their dad.
Oh, with their dad, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome to have that type of support.
Oh God, yes. It took a long time, but we are in a good place with that. So I am really blessed with that. And as far as juggling, them and my home life and everything, them and my business, like I said, the worst case scenario is my days are still kind of 9 to 5 as far as out in the field. But the only thing where they kind of suffer is like, okay, we're getting chicken again real quick, or we're getting a hamburger. So I know we went to the store and I had this big elaborate meal planned.
Yeah, but
we were gonna have hot wings and fried biscuits and potato. We're gonna have a whole appetizer set up, and I'm like, we're getting quarter pounders, you know, or we're getting, you know, Captain J. So that's their biggest issue is just, you know, me not wanting to always prepare full meals for them.
I know. But that's like small stuff because I find that I struggle with that too. I'm a single mom. I have 3 daughters. So it's like I find that I struggle with that too. I have to like schedule now. Like I'm gonna actually cook for y'all on this day. Or I'm actually gonna do this on this day. And I'm really trying to get better at that balance with the things that I have going on. And I find it to be kind of difficult.
It is. Because cooking is time consuming.
Yeah.
And then I don't think that I have like innate is my word of the day, I guess. Because to me, I don't have that kind of innate thing like, you know, our moms, they're like, okay, it's 5 or 6 o'clock. What are the kids going to eat? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have that just automatic, like, I have to be settled down. I have to be in a certain mood. Yeah. I have to be happy. I have to have everything just for me to cook a hamburger. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it got to be right. Like, I enjoy it, but it's just like, I got this task to do. I got to get this done. I got to do this. I got to do that. So I'm like, unfortunately, I got to, you know, pick up and help me out and fend. Yeah, I hate to say fend for themselves, but because my girls are a little older, but it's like, you know, you can go ahead and make that happen for today. And then, you know, I got you in a couple days. But
because remember our parents, they could, you know, cook some pork chops or fry some chicken and have something in the oven. And then they'll be doing this, they'll be doing that. I am not built like that. It's like I have to be focused on just doing that. And if I'm not in the mood, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. So it's easier, like you said, is like having a 9 to 5 because you know that your day starts and ends at a certain time. But like say something happens and I gotta stop what I'm doing, like with me doing real estate, like say, you know, this house came on the market and I gotta go show this house real quick because my client's been looking this perfect. I gotta go take them to show this house.
Now.
I gotta go right now. So, you know, my day is not always easily scheduled. Right. So, you know, just trying to find that particular like time and balance so that everybody feels tended to, but so that I still get things done.
Yes.
And that's difficult. And I mean, even in like your regular personal life, you got to schedule time for yourself.
Yep. And that's where I come in.
Yeah.
The self-care lady.
Yeah. But I mean, the self-care lady got to have self-care time.
Exactly.
So you got to have that time and reboot. What does that look like for you?
Just me really relaxing at home. Just me just chilling. I'm really a really, really bad homebody. So I'm not always in the mix, you know, and I just me being at home, being able to watch TV. As long as I got some good food, you got a happy girl over here. So if I got something good to eat and something decent to watch, and my food can be better than what's on TV, then I'm okay. Yeah, I'm warm. I don't being cold. So.
Yeah. But you need that though.
Yes.
So do you do the facials and stuff on yourself when you at home alone?
Oh, absolutely. No. So I don't do facials on myself, but I do, you know, do my skincare regimen. And I have a girlfriend that we actually partner to do spa parties and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So me and her trade off facials. And
nice. You gotta have that little me time.
That's the A-list. Shameless plug. If you guys want to have a spa party, or couples or anything like that, then contact me still because I can do that. Myself and my friend Aisha, we from Pink Lipstick and Company, we partner together to do that, to become the A-list, and we rock together on spa parties and stuff like that. So let us know. Get at us.
Nice. That's a good idea actually. Now you got my wheels spinning. I need a spa party.
Yeah, come on in, girl.
What's one thing that you wish someone told you when you were getting started and building your business?
I wish somebody had told me to be really, really articulate about my bookkeeping. Because you can't tell if you're making money. And like I said, I'm really impulsive. And if there's a sale, okay, well, give me 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? And they're just stacked up in the back. But, you know, so you have to be very, very, very articulate about your expenditures and your money's coming in and how you allocate things. And I wish I had have known that. Even though I still probably wouldn't have done it because I'm still trying to learn it. And I do know that now. But.
What kind of systems do you have in place now that you've learned? Like for your bookkeeping. So what do you use now?
Okay, so right now I don't have a bookkeeping service. But I just keep really good notes about what, and I go over them, with my tax lady and stuff like that. But I just keep really good notes about almost like a bank book.
So you have an accountant?
Yes, I have somebody. Yes, that helps me. I don't pay her as my accountant, so I wouldn't say it like that. But I do have somebody that helps me, and she helps me with that. So,
what tips would you give to help people stay organized in that aspect?
I would say keeping receipts, but that's futile because you spend so much money and get all these little slips of paper. But again, I would just say writing everything down, because even if you're not good at it, if you write it down and keep track of everything when you hand it off, then they're able to follow what's going on pretty easily. So I would just say just make sure that you keep records of what you're doing and how you're, even down to like when I boost posts and stuff like that on Facebook or Instagram. I say, okay, well, who called me and said that they're actually responding because they saw that post? You know what I mean? Who have I gotten differently? Is it really worth it? I write all of those things down and look at my analytics. I'm very, very anal
data
about
driven.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you have to be, you gotta know the numbers to know where you're going.
Exactly. And where you're at and everything. So
it's good for keeping track of the success of your business. For sure. I'm learning that. Like just with the analytics and just trying to really keep track of that kind of stuff.
Are you good at that stuff? I'll be calling you and you'll be like, now I told her
no. Well, I won't say I'm not good at it. I'm learning.
Okay.
Like we're learning. It's still really new.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I was just I was watching a podcast and they said the same thing. It's like if you don't know your numbers, then you really can't set your goals.
That's true.
If you don't know your numbers, you have to know where you're going.
Now, I will, just to go back, because you asked about systems. So right now, I use Wix for my platform, my website platform, but I understand that Shopify is better for the type of thing for your analytics, and you'll know where this came from.
Oh, yeah.
They're telling me that it's a lot better. So I could possibly be making the switch soon, but I'll have to totally rebuild my website. But they say that I'm thinking about that as far as systems. Yeah, that'll take down my work.
I've actually know quite a few people that use Shopify, and it integrates.
To say, don't
it
they?
integrates with social media.
See what I'm saying? So
it's really good for like keeping track of your analytics and things like that. Yeah. So where do you see your business in the coming months and years?
Well, right now I'm operating, like I said, out of a suite. But here within the next year, I want to be in a storefront. There's just a certain atmosphere that I want to create for my clients, a certain cleanliness standard that I want to set for my clients. And there's, my space is clean and my building is okay, but it's an old building, and there's just certain things that I want to upgrade or that I don't have any control over. And I want control over the atmosphere that is set for my clients, because I appreciate them and, they're royalty to me. So I want them to feel that way when they come in. So definitely a space move. I'd like to hire a few people, definitely. To do some things so that I can free up my day sometimes to do other things. I have some family in some other cities and states, and I wouldn't mind maybe opening there different, a couple of different places.
Franchising?
I don't necessarily. Well, I guess that would be the word for it, but maybe just like one or two locations. I'm not trying to, I want it to be kind of hands-on.
Yeah.
If you will. Yeah. So
that's all good. All good. I see it happening for you.
Oh, thank you.
So one heavy question. So I want you to look back on a past failure that you had in business that has led to a future success. And then tell us about that situation and then how you overcame that situation.
Okay. So, that is loaded. Okay. So, when I was working for a mortgage company, a manager in another department came, and she was saying, well, you should come over here, you should do this, and we have this bonus structure, and you can make so much more money, and it'll be so much easier, and this and that. And when I went over there, none of the things were true, and it seems like everything that I was doing was wrong when it was something really simple. You know how something is 1 + 1 is 2 and 2 + 2 is 4, and you're telling me that, I didn't do this and that. And I'm like, I'm really a bright girl. This is, ridiculous. So I knew there were some kind of underlying things, but still it was a failure, for me, because I was expecting certain amount of money, and I feel like I allowed myself to be taken advantage of. So I felt like I failed at that. And then they were people that I was working with one-on-one was telling me that I was doing, a good job. But then my superiors would say, well, you didn't do this, that, and the other. And I'm like, she didn't care about what are you even talking about? So I always felt like a failure in that situation, in the whole corporate situation, and in that situation for sure. And that just prompted me, it propelled me to just start buying little things, my little pink towels, and my black towels, and my gray towels, and my white towels, whatever that I needed that wasn't, that was inexpensive. I would just kind of gather up my supplies. And when I was out, I was out.
Yeah. So you took that and used it as like your catalyst to be able to, and your motivation to be able to be like, okay, I got to do something different.
Because I had to figure out that there was nothing wrong with me, that God did not want me there. He wants me to be an entrepreneur. Now, if I have to have a part-time job or something like that so that I feel comfortable, so I have a safety net, then, he'll allow that for a certain amount of time, but that's not for me. That's not where he wants me. That's not where they kick me out. I keep telling you.
They kick me out. That's huge. That's huge though, because when things like that happen, we tend to take those types of things so personally.
Yes.
And, it's always a motive behind it, to try to make you feel a way or whatever it is. But those things.
Exactly.
Yeah, those things can they ultimately are used to build you. And you have to understand that, we can't take everything personal.
Right.
It's not always about you. And you took that high road and was like, oh, hold on. There's nothing wrong with me.
Yeah, because I thought that there was, because like I said, I have sisters and cousins that are so successful. You know what I mean? Like they've been at the same job. They never change jobs, and they get promotions, and you know what I mean? I'm like, why can't I'm probably the smarter one, and they'll tell you, you know what I mean? I'm like, why can I not get a good foothold, in this whole realm? And it's just not for me. So.
What made you realize, what made you get to that point to where you're like, okay, this isn't me. It's not me. It's just my environment. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. Like, what brought you to that conclusion?
Well, because I couldn't keep a job. I could not keep a job like that. And it wasn't that, that I was doing so bad. It's just I was not comfortable, and I was not I don't know how to say it. I don't really have an answer for that. I just know that I tried and I tried and I tried, and I know that I've always been advanced. You know what I mean? Even as a baby, people in my family will say, she said this, or she did this, or she read that, and she, and so I'm like, why am I not advanced in this? It's like the harder I try, the further behind I am. You know what I mean? And I'm not used to that. I'm used to being successful. You know what I'm saying? Easily.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not hard. And then, once I became successful easily, then I'm like, okay, now I'm bored. I don't want to do that anymore. Like that type of thing. But as far as, like office work and, being in the office and stuff like that, it just, it was not, I wasn't catching on
didn't
to
feel
it
like it was a fit.
Yeah. I couldn't do it. I tried, girl.
Yeah.
I tried.
Yeah, but that takes a lot of confidence to understand, like, okay, you know what? It's not me. It's you.
Yeah. And one thing that was a hindrance too was because, like I said, I'm not necessarily the most focused person. I'm not necessarily the most goal-oriented person, right then and there. So I'm like, well, if I don't work here, if I don't work there, then how am I going to, keep myself structured? Am I going to really be able to do it? Am I, that type of thing. And I still struggle every day. Not one day or 2 days, but every day,
Yeah.
So it is what it is. They push me out. And so I'm here for you guys now.
That's okay. You weren't pushed out. It just wasn't, that wasn't your destiny. That wasn't what was meant for you.
It was not.
And you kind of know, like, this doesn't fit. This doesn't feel right. Like,
Yeah.
And then, like I said, it's that knowing, it's having that confidence and that self-awareness to be like, okay, I got to do something different because this ain't it.
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
This is not it.
You're
so,
right.
Yeah. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and do our lightning round questions.
Okay. That means I answer in one word.
You can answer in a sentence.
Okay.
We're kind of free flowing around these parts, so you can just answer how you want.
I got you.
So, what is your favorite quote or phrase that gets you through a tough time?
Oh, my favorite phrase or quote or phrase actually. I don't have one in particular, but reading my Bible. That is, and I'm so bad with like scriptures and where they're located. And my friend's mom, who I did her makeup before I came here, I told her, I said, because you gave me the questions or whatnot, and I kind of look over them, and I said, I want to say it's a Bible verse of lean not to my own understanding, because every day as humans we never know what's going to happen and whether it's good or bad. So
that's
if
a word
we spend
right there.
our time, worrying all the time. And she's like, okay, well, just make sure that I said, I can't remember exactly what book it's in. She's like, okay, make sure you Google it before you go. But I did not. I forgot. But that's my thing. I just really know that just as a human, I have really no power, over, anybody but myself. And that's limited. So I just try to put my best foot forward and do my best and just not worry about the rest. Just not even the part that I can't understand or I don't know. I leave that to God.
I love that. That's a running theme with all of our guests, has been that integrity.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of speaks to that integrity, just knowing, who I am. This is what I want. I'm not going to compromise.
That's right.
And I may not always understand, but as long as I know, like, this is who I am and this is what I'm going to do, that I won't compromise and I can't go wrong.
And trust in the Lord with all your heart. That's the first part. Yes.
Yes.
And
I love it.
Yeah. So
I love
that's
it.
my thing, girl. I just try to just trust him and not me, because I might mess it up, but he won't. He's going to make me look good every time as long as I try.
Amen.
So, hey.
Amen. So who is your biggest role model or your example just in your life? It don't even have to be in business.
My mother and my godmother. Them are my two leading ladies. My mother, she just always, taught me, how to be a lady, how to, keep yourself clean, keep your house clean, how to run your home, how, to do that. And then my godmother is a very spiritual lady. And so she kind of re-raised me in the Holy Spirit. And so I appreciate her greatly for that, because I'm a soldier, and we're in battle, at any given time. And she raised me in that. So a lot of issues that, I see people having just with their spirituality, just wanting to know things, or not understanding different things, or, not being taught. So they make up their own stuff as they go. I've seen a whole lot. That's going on a lot now.
Yeah.
But I've really been raised up in the Holy Spirit, and I appreciate her for that. So my mommy and my god mommy, those are my girls.
Strong women.
Yeah.
Strong women raise strong women.
Yes.
I find that we have a lot of those, especially in our community, like the women were the pillars of our community.
Absolutely.
We hold each other up. Well, we should hold each other up more, but we hold up everything around us. The kids,
yes, the home.
Yep.
The business, everything. So
that says
no
a lot.
shade, guys.
It says a lot. So do you have a morning routine or something that you do daily that gets you going? That keeps you motivated?
I don't have necessarily a routine, but I have found that when I get up, and this is like military or something, I don't know, but I think when I wake up and make my bed,
you hear me?
It's at the bomb. I feel so like it like gives me a power start or something, because sometimes I don't.
No.
Sometimes I don't make it. But when I get up and I make my bed and it looks all neat and pretty, I'm like, yeah, I'm ready for today. So that's what I would say. And I don't do it all the time, but I need to.
You hear me? I'm weird like that. I posted something like that on Instagram not that long ago. Like, I got up and I made my bed. I said, you know what? When you get up and you make your bed, it's the small things. It's like, okay, I woke up and I actually did something today. No matter how small it is.
Yep, I got up and I made my bed. And that's so weird, but that is, when I do that, I feel good.
Yeah, you do. And then you're like, okay, I can go on to the next thing. And then every time you walk back in your room, you're like, okay. It's like,
I started
it's here. Not chaotic.
Yep, exactly.
It's not chaotic. It starts your day with order.
Yes, that's a good thing. That's a good way to state it. Absolutely. It starts with some
small,
order.
Yeah, but it starts your day with some order. So you're like, okay, then I can accomplish the next task. Yeah. The next task. You hear me? That's mine too.
Okay, cool. We'll roll with that one.
Oh, what do you want your legacy to be?
I want my legacy to be generational love, wealth, and knowledge. So you know how my mother might talk about my great grandmother, and she's been dead and gone for years. Excuse me, guys. So she's been dead and gone for years, but she'll talk about certain things about her, and that's how I want to be. I want, my kids to be able to tell my grandkids and great grandkids that, grandmommy, she was, this or she was that. So that's the legacy of love. And I definitely want to leave them wealth. And I just, as far as my business is concerned, I just always want to gain knowledge. I'm always, looking at makeup pictures. I'm always reading skin books. I'm always going around to different boutiques, whether it's online or, before COVID, in person, seeing what they have. Should I get this? Should I do that? It's a constant education.
Yes, that's I was watching Mark Cuban, from Shark Tank, Mark Cuban. So Mark Cuban is worth $4 billion.
Oh my goodness.
And the biggest tip he said that he can give anybody is to never stop learning. He reads a book a day.
Wow. Still to this day, huh?
To this day. And he's worth $4 billion.
So that's good advice.
So if he can read and continue to learn and grow daily, we all should be following suit.
I agree.
If we want to be anywhere near that caliber of human being, period. But if you look at all the greats, like, they never stop learning. Learning is key.
And the thing about it is, in the aesthetic world, in Indiana, there's no continuing education guideline. So once you become licensed, you can just go on and on and on. And there's a lot of new estheticians. There's a lot of young ladies. And when I first came out, we had to work under somebody for 6 months. And I don't even think that that's a requirement anymore. And it's just like, it's skin is complicated. You know what I mean? It's very complicated. And, you have to stay educated, because if you just come off, onto the floor from, being in school, then you're cheating yourself. You're cheating yourself, because there's so much other knowledge out there. There's so much product knowledge. There's so much anatomy, you know what I mean? And things like that. And things from different ethnicities. What, like, our skin or people of color are not really good with laser, like hair removal and stuff like that. Like, you have to have, it can be done, but that person who does it needs to be really, really skilled, you know what I mean? And they have to know what they're doing, because they can mess your skin up. So, education is key. Knowledge is power.
Yeah. And like you said, it'll keep you safe too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So awesome. Well, it was nice to meet you. Thank you for coming on.
I had a ball. I'm enjoying myself. I'm like, it's over. Nobody's bringing us food. I thought we were going to sit here and eat and keep talking.
Right. I told you it was so cool and laid back and chill. Like this, we just have a conversation.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming on. We appreciate it. Yes. So, yes, thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Owning the Masters. Follow us on all social media platforms at Owning the Masters. Catch us on YouTube. And we will see y'all next week. Peace.